Hi everyone, today I'll show you how to make these super tasty beef ribs. They can look intimidating because of their size, but after this you'll see just how easy it is to make tender and juicy beef ribs at home. Now let's get started. So this is a rack of beef ribs, which is a byproduct of people wanting boneless ribeyes. There's still a fair amount of meat left on the rack, but it needs to cook longer than a steak to get tender. I'm going to season these with a mix of granulated garlic, onion, salt, black pepper, celery seed, and paprika. But if you have a favorite seasoning, you can go ahead and use that, or even just salt and pepper would be great on these. I just put these in the broiler to brown them a little bit, but if you're grilling steaks, you can put these on there for a few minutes and get a nice char on them. Then we just need to wrap them in foil and bake them at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for an hour and a half to 2 hours. Once they're cooked, I let them cool down in the foil for an hour and then I unwrap them. This is the ribs once they're fully cooked and cooled down a little bit. You can tell when they're tender when you can take a toothpick and stick it through the meat. I just haven't used a cake tester because it's just really easy and I always have it on me, but this is what you're looking for. You can check this in the oven. Now we just need to cut alongside the bone to make them into individual ribs. These were in the fridge overnight, that's why they look a little cold, but you can skip this step if you want to just air fry them right now. Then just put a few ribs into the air fryer and set it at 400 degrees for 11 minutes. Then after the 11 minutes, you end up with these crispy, juicy beef ribs. Now let's work on the flavor for the ribs. I'm going to go Southeast Asian for these. Let's chop some garlic and slice some shallots. The link's up top for my chili garlic crunch recipe, which has a full description and method on how to make the garlic and shallots. Now for our sauce, we're going to start with some chopped garlic, some chopped Fresno chilies, thin sliced green onions. Herbs for the sauce are going to be dill, mint, and cilantro. Just take them into a pile and then just chop through them one time. Fresh squeezed lime juice. Fish sauce, and don't be scared of this. This has such a great flavor, it just can be really strong, so use sparingly. Sesame oil. Some sugar. Fresh cracked black pepper. And then some sambal, which is a fermented chili. It's just going to add another layer of flavor to it. Give everything a mix, and then you have one tasty, delicious sauce that is great on anything. Now we just need to work on the garnish for our ribs. We're going to do that by cutting some scallions into thin strips. This is more scallion, it's just the whitish green part of the onion. Pick some fresh dill. Some cilantro. This is the stem and the leaves. The stems have a good crunch to it. Thin slice some mint and pick some basil leaves. You can just tear these, you don't need to chop them up. We're going to put all of these into a bowl, and then we're going to thin slice some serrano peppers. You can use an habanero if you want it spicier. We're also going to add in some sliced shallots. Then we just need to spoon the sauce that we made on top of the ribs, get them all over as much as you can, and make sure you save some for dipping it on the side. Put on our onion and herb salad and our fried garlic and shallots. here's our finished ribs. They're tender, juicy, and crispy, loaded with flavor from that sauce that we made with all the herbs and chili. Serve these with a bowl of rice or some stir-fried noodles and you have a solid meal, or just have them as a snack with an ice-cold beer. Thanks for watching my video on how to make these tasty beef ribs. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Leave me a comment and let me know what your favorite way to cook beef ribs are. See you next time.